Hello, friends. This is Scott, and spring has sprung down at the hobby farm. And I thought I heard a swarm of bees, and I looked up, and all the bees were up in the trees, pollinating the trees. Well, there's the end of the snow for this year, hopefully. I don't think we'll be getting any more, but you never know. The trailer's unburied, the road's pretty dry, so I'm ready to roll. Take a look at the pasture, starting to green up. All we need is a little bit of warmer temperatures, and things will really start to boom. And I noticed the weeds are getting into the garden beds that I've prepared already, so a lot to do. But now I'm torn because I'm not done with the inside. Oh, there's Mr. Lincoln with me. He came down for this quick little weekend trip for 2 days and 2 nights. But today's job is the molding and trim work in baseboards. And so that's what I got to get started on. When my son finished his house a couple of years ago, he had some extra, and I've been storing it in the garage for many, many years, and finally I get to use it. It's not in the best of shape. It's a little bit warped, but I'll save a little bit of money because, again, the trim and the baseboards aren't cheap. So the first step is I trimmed out the door and put the header on, and it turned out pretty good. But my nail gun doesn't have long enough nails. It only takes about an inch and a quarter nail, and I need at least an inch and a half. So I'm gonna have to get some more longer nails and pound them in, it looks like. But I decided I'd do the front and the back doors first. And you gotta do a trim around the doors before you can do the baseboards. And so then I started with the baseboard, and you see that's kind of the condition that the baseboards are in. I tried to paint them outside, but some of the pieces I didn't paint. I'll just paint them, just tape and paint because I got to do another coat anyway. But here's how it looks. Again, I'm no expert baseboard cutter, and the cuts aren't the most ideal, but that's what putty and caulk is for, and you won't know the difference. So very forgiving project is the finish work. But it turned out pretty good. It's starting to come together. And I had enough material to get through the kitchen, or I should say the dining and the front room. And it turns out looking pretty good. I still have to, again, putty the holes, and then I've got to caulk everything, and then I've got to put a fresh coat of paint. But it's looking pretty good as I scan back around. And I also painted the outlet covers, as you'll see in here. Still have to get the vent covers. Haven't picked those up yet. I want black, I believe, but we went to Home Depot and they didn't have any black ones. They had kind of a bronze. So we need to do a little look around on the internet or other stores to see if we can find some black vents. That'll make it look nice. But here's a wall that's a little bit warped. Now that board is obviously a little warped, but as soon as you nail it in, it'll look fine. But there is a little bit of an indentation on that wall. And as you can see a little bit of space there up at the very top by the corner. I'm going to have to put a little extra caulk in there. And there's a few places in the wall that are a little bit bowed out. But a little bit of trim makes it look a lot nicer. Now here's where I start having to make some smaller cuts. And this wall here, going down the hall, if Mr. Lincoln can get out of the way, that's got a little bow in the wall too, toward this end, toward the kitchen end. So I've got to figure that out, how I'm going to do that. But it's amazing. You see that big old space there? That's the bow. So I either got to cut that down or just caulk it in. I think I'll just probably caulk it in and see how it looks. And if I don't like it, I'll tear it out and redo it. But that wall does bow right there. And I don't think with caulk you'll even see it. But who knows? We'll see. If it doesn't look good, again, I'll just redo it. And that's just kind of the way I do my projects. With molding and trim and baseboard, it's always better to cut big and then just keep whacking a little bit off and cut a little bit off until you get the right size. Don't try to go for that first measurement right off the bat, because if you cut short, you just wasted a piece and you have to use it somewhere else. So always cut big, and you can always go back and even if it takes 10 trimmings to get it right where you need it to be, sometimes that's the best thing to do. I did spray paint the old cold air returns. I just spray painted them white, cleaned them up. So I'm going to use those. I'm not going to buy new ones at this time. But it looks pretty good, and it makes the whole room come together. I did pull everything out of this room this trip, stuck it all in the cat room, the old cat room, and swept the floor up pretty good. And it's time that we need to bring some furniture down here so we can actually use this place. We've been coming down, and we have a bed, and we have two of those chairs there, mix and match chairs, But we want to bring our kitchen table from our house in Salt Lake down and then replace that with a different table. And I want to bring a couch down. And we bought a new, or I should say used, electric fireplace. So I'm going to put that against the wall, very nice one. And I did get the smoke detector that I knocked off the ceiling last winter when it went off in the middle of the night and I didn't have a ladder. But I got that replaced, as well as one other one in the hall, and I've got a few more to do. But it's looking a lot better. And I also had enough material to get into the little closet. Again, my cuts aren't exact, but neither are the walls, so it is what it is. And I was able to come into the master bedroom with the remaining material I had, and I was able to do this closet. And you can't see with the safe there, but just trimmed around there. And I got to go to the store and get another approximately 150 feet of baseboard. And then I need about 30 pieces of 7-footer of the side boards as well as the headers. I've got a little bit more header material, but so it's going to still cost a little bit of money. But I'm just kind of doing it as I can do it. But with the weather changing, I just need to get outside and get to work. And so next few trips are going to be bringing some furniture so we can actually enjoy the place while I'm bouncing inside and outside. I'll spend the nights when it's quiet, caulking the trim and painting. Oh, I don't want to saw and everything when the neighbors are still in school and the kids are needing to go to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Mr. Lincoln, he's not a real big fan of all the noise, but he hung out with me for a couple days, but it looks pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with the progress. Again, getting all the cover plates up. Most of the cover plates up, I should say. Makes it look a lot better with the blinds. Still got to do a little cleaning, but once I get those floor vents in, it'll look really nice too. So I'm proud of myself. I think we've done a pretty good job on this project. So still have more trim work to do, but I'm going to have to balance my time inside and outside because there's just so much I want to get done, and I'm getting a little stir crazy. The weather again is a little bit up and down, a little rain today as I narrate this video. But we're going to get down there. And again, furniture is the next phase, as long as with some more trim and baseboards, and we'll get that knocked out while I'm starting to make beds outside for more planting. So exciting things ahead. I also have 4 bare root trees in the garage that I need to bring down and get those planted also. So that'll somehow fit into this, into my next few weeks. And the cat and the dog are getting to be more friends, as well as the white one. The white cat, Theo, had a nice interaction with Lincoln also. So they're tolerating each other, and things are going to be okay down here, I think. We'll all get along. Well, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you.